Hello everyone, this is Sarkos. I hope you are all having a cozy day. So today I'm going to be talking about changing habits. So are you that kind of person that you find yourself while growing up, you see yourself in, so engulfed in these habits that you, deep down you don't really enjoy it, but you just have to do it repeatedly just to feel cool, just to feel happy. But then you really want to change. Could be you're into excessive spending, could be you're into fornication, could be you're into anything, could be drugs, all right, could be pornography. So a lot of things you are definitely into, and then you really want to change this habit. Now, today I'm going to take you on little steps that can help you liberate yourself from this. But first of all, let's understand how our body reacts to these changes, all right, to make you get the reason why you don't change. So, what happens. Sometimes we or Africans or most people, we think it's just the way we are. First of all, normal people will think that's the way we are. I'm born this way. I can't change it. I've tried changing it. It doesn't work. And then you now give yourself reasons, more and more reasons to keep doing that thing you really want to change. So I'm going to explain a little concept now of the rhesus factor incompatibility, which is going to help us understand how our body reacts to changes. Now, in rhesus factor incompatibility, if rhesus factor is just a protein found on the red blood cell of humans, all right. Now, if you have this rhesus factor in your red blood cell, you are rhesus factor positive. If you don't have it, you are rhesus factor negative. Now, say a mother is rhesus factor negative, and then the child is rhesus factor positive after conception. During the first childbirth, all right, the mother's body system does not know what this rhesus factor is, so it's going to consider it definitely as a foreign body, all right. That's the immune system. It's going to consider it as a foreign body. Now, what happens? During childbirth, of course, there will be exchange of blood through cords and everything. Now, during this exchange of blood between the fetus and the mother, there is the introduction of those red blood cells containing the rhesus factor positive into the mother's bloodstream. Now, what happens? The white blood cell, definitely on its own, typically this red blood cell, this rhesus factor doesn't cause any harm to the body, alright? It's just a protein on its own, doing its own function. Now, the white blood cells or the immune system of the mother starts developing antigens, alright? They see this and they'll be like, okay, this is a foreign body, we are not going to allow this into our system. You get, start developing antigens to attack it. Alright, definitely they are going to attack it, kill all the rhesus factor there, or the blood cells or the red blood cells containing this rhesus factor. That's that. Now, during the next child conception, if by any chance this child has the rhesus factor or is the rhesus factor positive again, of course we have antigens ready to attack this red blood cells. So they don't even wait for the child to be born or wait for exchange of blood. While the child is there in the womb, the immune system, the white blood cells, they already sense that okay, there is an introduction of this same foreign body. Alright, so definitely this is not going to cause any harm, but then the white blood cells has to attack because they are not familiar with it. So that's that. With that now, I want you to understand that even when it comes, just as we relate to the immune system, the white blood cells attacking this rhesus factor, just for seeing it or sensing it as a foreign body, that's the same way your mind, your body, your whole system will attack whatever idea, whatever new system, whatever new habit, whatever new strategy you want to bring in to help grow your life. For a fact, you've been doing this for years, you've been living this particular lifestyle for years, and then all of a sudden you want to change. You expect your red blood cells to clap for you. No, they are not going to do that. They will do everything possible to attack. That's why you see yourself, you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to gym, I'm going to keep exercising every morning. You do it for the first day, you feel happy. Second day, you feel happy. Third day, before you know it, you might even succeed up to a week, and then you see yourself getting tired. Why am I even doing it? You start questioning yourself, going back and forth. Now, that's not your body. That's not your body being tired. It's just your body reacting to introduction of a new system, reacting to the introduction of a new pattern that it's not familiar with. Alright? So what are you supposed to do? You have to accept the fact that your body will not accept this change. Yes, understand the fact that your body will not accept this change. It's going to be a war. It's not a war between you and the devil. No, it's just a war between you and yourself, which you must try to win. Alright? Now let's take it step by step. What can we do to fight this? So the first step to winning this fight, which is very simple to me, act without thinking. Yeah, acting without thinking. Now, you want to read, you want to jog. The first thing, let's say you want to jog, for instance. The first thing you start asking yourself, which shoe will I wear? Which clothes will I wear? How am I going to jog? Is somebody going to see me? Studies have shown that the brain consumes about 20% of the body glucose, although it only comprises of just 2% of the whole body mass, of the whole body weight. Yes. So that moment you are thinking, that activity of the brain is consuming glucose. It's consuming glucose. All right? You want to take a walk, you want to read, you want to do whatever it is you decide you want to do, just take that action. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. That moment you are using to think. That's why at the end of the day, when you are done thinking and you want to engage in that action or that activity, if you find out that you are so tired, maybe if you plan to do that, read for 30 minutes, you see yourself reading for just 15 minutes, and then you are so exhausted because you were thinking, you were calculating. Even when you are sleeping, the brain is still active, functioning, and consuming glucose in your body. So if you want to take an action, you are very serious about it, just move. Make that move. Don't think. Alright? Don't think, just make that move. That's the first step of winning this fight. If not, you keep thinking, you keep considering. And then, I should also make you understand that that moment, that time you're using to think, you are wasting it. Definitely, you are wasting it because you are not going to achieve anything from that thinking. You've already made up your mind, you really want to do this. Now, the moment comes to do it, now you are thinking again. So, what's the essence of that thinking? So, what I'm trying to say in essence is stop thinking, just act. Alright? The second technique you're going to use to win this battle is start with very small actions. Yes, starting with very small actions. Now, I've told you before that you should learn how to not think but act. Even though we try to achieve this most times, we are all humans, alright? And as humans, we keep being emotional. We always think, alright? Now, if you start your action or if you start your programs with very small actions, you won't have need to think. Let's take for instance, you want to start exercising for someone fighting obesity or someone that just feels like exercising. You want to, look more healthy. You tell yourself that okay, every morning I'll start jogging. I'll jog 40 meters. Think about it. I'll jog 40 meters. Believe you me, no matter how strong you feel with that, you're starting this. Remember, we're talking about changing habits. This is not something you are used to. This is something you want to start recently. You change this habit. You want to learn this new habit. You don't assume that you're going to start it immediately. No, your brain will do some little calculations with you, even though you feel like you're going to master it. No. So starting with small activities, you can tell yourself that okay, what I'll do is I'll just do 5 or 10 push-ups every morning. That's just it. 10 push-ups every morning. You just wake up in the morning, 10 push-ups. That way you're in your room. You're not thinking about where you're going, you're not thinking about what your brain is following. Small, tiny activities. Alright? Just small changes. The change doesn't have to be big, just start with small, but stay consistent in it. Now, that leads us to the next technique you're going to use. You plan yourself ahead. Definitely, as you are walking through this year, temptations will come, distractions are going to come here and there. While you are implementing this change, or while you are planning for this change, make sure to plan for contingencies. What do I mean by contingency in this essence? Plan for what do I do in case this happens. Let's take for instance, you already programmed yourself for jogging. Plan and ask yourself, what if rain falls for that day? What would I do? You plan to read, and then you realize that some other activities come in. Let's say at the moment you are trying to read, then you are caught up with, let's say you have a call, you receive a call, or you have something else you are doing at that particular time. What do you do? So the essence of planning ahead is don't give your body, don't give your brain that room to try to think again. The energy that you're supposed to use to do the work, don't give your brain that opportunity to use that energy for something else. Alright? So what you're supposed to do is, let's say you want to read, plan ahead that no matter what happens, if the time, if the plan for the day or the activities of the day have so consumed me that I can't read, and you actually read for 1 hour, tell yourself that okay, in days like that, you're going to read for 30 minutes. Let's say it happens that you jog to your street, to your junction, and then rain falls that day. Tell yourself that okay, instead of jogging to the junction, I'll just jog to the gate and come back. Alright? Or you say, okay, I'm not going to jog, I'll just jog at a spot in my room, probably do it for 30 minutes. Whatever it is that you're doing, plan ahead. Because definitely, some opposite circumstances will come. So not when those opposite circumstances come, then you now start planning, you now start thinking, what will I do, what will I do? No. So plan ahead, that helps you to remain consistent, stay focused on your track. Do you understand? Now what the next technique we are going to be using, the next technique is writing down your activities. Yes, I know this can be stressful sometimes, personally for me, it does. It just stresses me out. I'll be like, why am I even writing this thing? I already know what I'm going to do. But no, it's not about knowing what you're not knowing or knowing what you're going to do. It's about visualizing your plan. Okay? Writing things down, it helps you to recall. It helps you to recall. You might be so engulfed in one activity that you don't even remember the next thing you are doing. Okay? You are just so enjoying this one. So writing things down helps a lot. Maybe probably I will make another video on the importance of writing things down. So this really helps you to keep track also of what you are doing. Right? You write them down, whichever one you do, you just tick. Okay, I've done this. The second activity, you read a book, you tick it. Yes, I've read this book. I want to do, you tick it. Alright? And at the same time, writing it down and pasting probably on your bedside or on your wall or on your doors, anywhere you see it visually, it helps to remind you of that decision you've made. Yes. Now writing down your activity, writing down things, yeah, no, it's not just about writing down quotes, no. I'm talking about writing down your activities. Writing down your activities such that you say you are going to jog, and after jogging you read, after reading you do this. I'm not saying a timetable, just making notes of activities you plan to achieve, things you plan to achieve, your goals for the day. This really helps you to, stay consistent in changing this habit or learning this new habit. Do you understand? Now that leads us to the next technique. Learn to stay consistent. You see, one thing with our generation is that whenever things get tough, could be a conversation, could be whatever it is, just be like, more, I can't do this anymore. This is beyond me. Like I give up. You're right. We know how to give up very easily. So if you are really serious about changing habit, learn to stay consistent. Learn, no matter how small it is. Your body will be weak. I've already explained to you. Your body does not want to accept this change. You see it as a threat. You see it as a threat. So it will definitely want to fight back. But you learn how to stay consistent. Yeah, focus on it. Just tell yourself, whatever happens, this is what I want to keep doing. And it takes seriousness actually for you to learn it. You understand? Now the final technique or the final point, strategy we're going to use to learn change this habit is endure discomfort. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Just like I said, learning consistency. It's not that easy to learn. It's very discomforting actually. Very discomforting because you realize that how do I keep doing this, doing the same thing over and over again? You'll be like, can't I get a new change? Learn to endure discomfort. It's just like enduring pain. Okay, it's just like enduring pain. You know the goal ahead. What is I'm trying to explain? If you can see the future, if you can think about the long-term goal, think about the long-term benefit of what you are doing. That's how you'll be able to endure the discomfort you're seeing now. All right. So learn to endure discomfort, and that way, that change, even as your body is fighting, troubling you, trying to resist, you'll be able to stay focused until you achieve your goal. So I really appreciate you for watching. Thank you for your time. I really hope the message today helps you. Thank you so much. Peace and love.